Los Angeles Kings want to stockpile for the future, and now they get the 17th overall pick, and they really like the guy they're going to take here. So we'll let Al Murray from Los Angeles Kings make that announcement.
Los Angeles Kings are pleased to select from Des Moines of the U.S. Junior Hockey League, Trevor Lewis.
If you think of Trevor Lewis, you just think of somebody that does everything good, and that's why he's going to play 1,000 games plus.
I've thought about this day for years. You know, we watched Dustin Brown do it and Kopi do it. I've always known that he's going to get there. He would not stop until he got there.
You know, obviously there's the star players who get there, and when you see kind of a role guy get it, it's pretty cool. It's not always easy, and you have to have a lot of good support system on the way there. Just to get that silver stick will be something special.
Dean, the rumor was at 17, if he was there, you'd still pick him. Tell us about the player you just selected.
Everything they tell me about him, the character guy, it's a complete player and just continues to get better. So, you know, hopefully he'll be with us a long time.
My first year pro in Manchester, you know, I wasn't playing power play and wasn't getting points or anything. And, you know, I said, like, I got to figure this out. How am I going to make it to the next level? These guys are way better than junior. And, you know, they just kind of said, like, you got to be a person that coach can trust.
We had to fight hard for Louis early on in his career. You know, as a first-round pick, there's always an expectation. We always saw the little stuff that Trevor Lewis did.
I kind of had to figure that out my first year, and then the second year coming back, I really paid attention to that more, and you know, things started to change for me and started to play a lot more, and obviously got a call up.
It's given up in the middle, nice save, Conklin, they score on the rebound. Trevor Lewis, his first goal in the NHL.
His agent told me, like before his first game, that he thought Trevor could play 1,000 games. And I said, oh, there's no way.
The thing with Louis is you always knew what you were going to get. He had the respect of the whole room coming in. He just came in with a workman-like attitude.
When Daryl Sutter, if he used to say, every coach has his favorite, right? Which can be painful at sometimes, but he used to say, like, if anyone wants to pre-scout us, just watch Louis and Dwight King. That's our system, because they're the only guys that know how to play our system.
Knew him as a young player, obviously coming here and seeing him evolve and seeing that line with, hey, Lewis, King, and Stoll were a line, right? They could play against everybody. You look at the big goals they scored in the Cup years.
Lewis with a shot, save, rebound, Lewis again, wrap around, and he scores! Lewis with a wrap around.
Yeah, he was a first-round pick, but he wasn't a guy that his role changed. He wasn't a guy that was meant or looked upon to score 30 goals, get 80 points.
Might be one of the lowest maintenance guys I've ever coached. He was always prepared, he always paid attention, he was always ready to practice, always did things right. You always had to call him in once in a while and check in with him because you forgot about him because you never had to worry about him.
Lewis shoots, scores!
You know, I just think it's cool that there's kind of a different ways to do it. I mean, these guys are star players or Hall of Famers, and I'm probably not. So just to be able to grind through a career and, you know, still be going is pretty cool. I came in the league like 22, so it was a little later than most guys, and I think I hit 700 in Winnipeg, and you know, I didn't kind of know. That was kind of my goal, is once I hit that, I was like, oh, maybe I can get to 1,000. At first, I didn't think I'd ever get there, and in Winnipeg, obviously it was the COVID year, so a little shortened year, and I had a great time there. We had a really good team, and you know, they gave me a chance when not many other teams were willing to give me a chance, and you know, going to Calgary and getting a chance to play for Daryl again was, you know, it was awesome. I knew what he expected.
He's on the board here. The Flames looking for more, and they do just that. Trevor Lewis.
My family loved it there too. It's obviously a little colder than here. The kids had to get used to the snow, but other than that, it was a great city.
Lewis in, trying to split through. Lewis got a shot away. Turn the side. Big in by Lewis. Put it off the goaltender mark, and the Flames take the 3-2 lead.
You know, when LA called, I was like, wow, I could have a chance of playing 1,000 back in LA, which was, you know, the organization's been so great to me, and I kind of grew up here, so it's pretty special when you think about being able to be back here and play 1,000.
Well, Thanksgiving has come and gone, and now we focus on Christmas. And here today, we're at Crypto.com Arena. The Kings and the Ottawa Senators 1-0 LA. Jensen, the former Capital, will get it in deep. Tkachuk fighting off a check in the right corner.
Yeah, I was just going in for a regular routine hit and kind of got the guy's butt right off the knee and went down and started thinking about a lot of things. When you're sitting down there, you're like, are you okay? Get up, get up.
We all know Louis one of the toughest in the business, so when he goes down, something's got to be pretty wrong. You know, we were all hoping that, you know, it's not anything major or anything.
He won the face-off, right? And he went behind the net. And I just mentioned I was bad luck then. I said, all he has to do is make it through this game. And right then, Tkachuk laid one into his knee.
There was a little bit of talk in the training room ahead of the game about Louis and his family's plans of having people in town. So I knew it was $9.99. So of course you feel for the guy, and it hurts a little bit to see him come off the ice in the first period with an injury.
So many people were coming in to see his 1000th game, and now they had to like switch things and all this, so it was tough.
Upon examining him in the training room, you know, I was pretty confident that we were dealing with something he could return this season. Working with someone like Louis is really a pleasure. He's a true professional in the training room too, and I knew he'd put in the hard work to get back as quickly as possible.
Did you get it?
I did all 10, no problem.
So you got 7. I mean, selfishly, it was nice to have someone to do some rehab with. I was kind of a lone shark for a little while. He pushed me too, because I was like getting sick of rehab and getting sick of physio, and he came in and he was working hard and kind of pushed me to, you know, raise my spirits a little bit.
Obviously you don't want to see him injured, but when the team's on the road and he's here doing the rehab with you, it kind of makes it more fun to be here and try to get back out there together.
Louis' injury was a grade 2 MCL. That's the type of injury that typically is treated non-surgically. To a certain degree, Louis and his personality and his true professionalism are why he got back so quickly. So we typically say it can be a 6 to 8 week injury. I think Louis got back on the ice at about 5 weeks.
You always want to get back out there as soon as possible, and luckily we got a really good training staff here, and you know, Kinger kind of made sure I was good before I'm coming back and not too early and not too rushed. Obviously, you know, your next game was going to be the big one too, so you can kind of plan that way as well.
For him, it's just another game, but for us, it's something that we were just waiting for. Like, we knew it was coming, we knew it would happen, we knew he would get there, and he deserves it.
Most of them came out for $9.99, so they got to see that one, and then, you know, it's just special that they're all here.
On right wing.
On right wing.
Our dad.
Our dad.
Trevor Lewis! I had a little tear in my eye when the puck dropped there.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
I just told him to really enjoy it. He's the guy that doesn't like a whole lot of attention, but that attention was well deserved.
Congratulations to Trevor and his family for this amazing accomplishment.
He's very humble and always has been humble, so it's important for him to bring the team along. He's a team guy.
Yeah, Deuce!
He's a role model to these young guys coming up. I mean, if you're just hanging around him and watch him, you're gonna have a good career in the NHL.
Hey, great work, buddy. That's all you. All you.
You never heard him say, oh man, I really wish I was back on the other side, or I wish I was doing this, I wish I was doing that. He shows up to work. He's the hardest worker off the ice. He has zero ego, zero complaints, and he just shows up and does his job.
Yeah, baby, let's go!
My dad came
for last game? Or no, he's been here for 2 games actually. Wednesday.
Yeah, right here after this car.
Right here.
Just
Right here.
over right here.
Yeah, that guy. That's him.
Kids excited for Disneyland?
They're excited for tonight. Boone keeps asking if he's coming on the ice with me. Guys were saying it's finally happening this morning. I said, we still got a long ways away till 7:30 tonight, so don't say anything yet. It's finally here, and I kind of wanted just to get it over with and be celebrated, and that was it. And, it's kind of dragged on, and, you have more time to think about it, and but it's been kind of cool. I've had a lot of emotions run through, and it's pretty surreal that, I've ended up having such a great career, and played 1,000 games, and finally get to get a silver stick is a pretty big accomplishment. So I'm excited.
Thank you so much for coming in early. We have lots to get done today. We're here early because we are rehearsing for the Trevor Lewis ceremony today.
Very briefly, I want to step back really quickly. We're going to do the same thing that we did before, where we'll have camera 1 on the ice pointed at the ceremony the whole time. We'll have one of the RFs over there, and then we'll have another RF over with Trevor at the bench that'll follow him when he skates over. Nick will do his opening remarks for about 30 seconds. He'll toss it up to a video. We'll look at that video from Gold. It should be in there. Yes, it was delivered a while ago because this obviously was supposed to happen last month and didn't.
On the high character front, you're honoring one of them before the game. How nice is it 2 months after it was originally supposed to be to finally?
It's been incredible. Yeah, that whole thing where he gets hurt and then the fires come out. We're supposed to honor him. It's just been a long process for him. So nice to see him get this honor. I think for family, I think for Kopi, Drew, the guys that have spent all that time around him. We love them, but those guys, they've got deep, deep roots, and I think they're extremely proud of him.
It's been rewarding for me to be part of the milestones of a lot of our players' histories. And I know the fans have appreciated it.
In the 108-year history of the NHL, only 406 players have reached 1,000 games played.
I'm so proud of how far he's come, and I could burst. I'm so happy for him. It's just so neat to have your child become what he wants to be.
It's such a special moment, and sometimes when you're in that moment, you tend to forget to enjoy it. So I'm just going to keep reminding him to enjoy it and soak it all in.
He just does things right. You have a young guy coming up in the lineup, that's who you want to put Trevor Lewis with. That's who you want for them to learn how to be a good pro.
I think it's just awesome that he's going to be able to do it with us, where everything started.
The Los Angeles Kings are indeed the kings of the National Hockey League.
I always say it's going to be a sad day when he has to retire, but he keeps going. So I don't know why I got chosen to have him as my son, but I feel pretty lucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ice one of the newest members of the 1,000 game fraternity, Trevor Lewis.